Your favorite football foods ready for tomorrow's NFC Championship game. But what about beverage choices with a local flair and in Tampa Bay and in Green Bay? Kevin Lewis has you covered from south to north and bay to bay.
We're at Cigar City Brewing with Neil Callahan, who will be our beverage expert for this portion of the show. Okay, it's NFC Championship weekend. We need some refreshments. Let's say I'm going up to Green Bay from Florida. I'm a Buccaneers fan. I step off the plane and it's 20 degrees. What do you have for me?
Sure. With the colder weather, I always reach for the Maduro Brown Ale. Big, full-body, chocolatey English brown ale, 5.5%. So nothing that's going to get you too far gone, but a lot of chocolate quality, very full body, very easy drink, and that's my favorite cool weather beer.
If you can't make it to the game, let's say you're in Florida, Tampa Bay area, you're at home, you're on a patio, maybe here, socially distanced, it's 70 degrees. What do you have for that?
Can't talk about Cigar City without talking about Highlight IPA. Big citrusy, 7.5% IPA. These really wonderful tropical notes of clementine, tangerine, a little bit of pineapple quality to it. 7.5%, very, very flavorful American IPA. That one is perfect to evoke Florida in a can.
And the good news is, you say you distribute to Wisconsin. So these beers, you don't have to get them overnighted. You don't have to smuggle them. You can get them up north.
Absolutely. You can get them throughout the state of Wisconsin, obviously throughout the state of Florida, and all over the country. We're very fortunate to tell the story of Tampa, Florida through beer all over the country.
Okay, Tom Brady, quarterback for the Buccaneers, going against Aaron Rodgers. Two Hall of Famers, two great ones. If you had to pick one, you're Tom Brady, to take up to someone from Wisconsin who's never heard of Cigar City Brewing, what would you hand him and say, here you go, Florida, in a can?
Yeah, it's got to be that Highlight IPA. You know, it's everything that is evoked with Florida. You're thinking sunshine, you're thinking citrus, all of that wonderful Florida quality in a really flavorful IPA. You know, we're always got new beers coming out here in the tap room. We've always got new beers coming out in the market in Wisconsin and Florida and all over the country. So we've always got something up our sleeve for sure.
There you have your NFC Championship weekend beer selections from Tampa Bay. Now we'll go to Green Bay for the Battle of the Brews and Titletown Brewery. We have arrived at Titletown Brewing Company General Manager Alex Hersher. Joining us now, okay, Kyle Berger and I just flew up from Florida this morning. It was 20 degrees. The wind almost took the skin off our faces. What do you got, even if you're a Bucs fan following us from Florida, for a cold weather day from Titletown?
Well, for cold weather beer, I'd probably go with our Dark Helmet. It's a black lager. It's dark but not super heavy. Pretty easy drinking, good flavor. You get some coffee and chocolate notes out of there. Real good cold weather beer. But I would probably go with the Green 19 right now, just because it's our go-to Packer beer. You know, it's got the callback to Aaron Rodgers on there.
Who? No, I'm kidding.
We were talking a little bit before we started shooting about the Boathouse, the Pilsner. Tell me about that.
So the Boathouse, that's a little more of like a summer beer. It's a light Pilsner. We actually won the gold medal at the Great American Beer Festival. It's kind of like winning a Grammy. So that's definitely one of our most popular beers. Might be a little better for the Tampa weather than the Wisconsin weather right now.
You know, people, I was at Cigar City earlier and they said, you know, this beer represents Florida in a can, and they distribute, you know, in Wisconsin, all throughout the United States. What would you say, Titletown-wise, would be, hey, somebody from Florida or anywhere else, this is Wisconsin, or this is Titletown, this is Green Bay in a can?
Well, that one I'd probably go with the Johnny Blood. It's an Irish red. For old school Packer fans, you might recognize the name. Way back in the day, Johnny Blood was waiting for the train to go to I believe it was a Bears game. And he was drinking upstairs, and he ended up having a little too much to drink. The train started pulling out of the station, and somebody told him, like, hey, your train's leaving. So he ended up climbing out the window, jumping off the awning onto the top of the train, and he made the game.
It's just us talking here. Are there any plans for if the Packers were to win tomorrow? Are there any brews that you might be thinking up championship style this week or in a couple weeks?
We've got some ideas. Nothing set in stone yet. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves and jinx anything. We're always coming up with new stuff. Our brewers are pretty creative here, so they've always got good ideas.
If moderation is your game, you're driving, or you just don't drink, Cigar City offers a non-alcoholic IPA called Less is More, or you can pick up a Snowcap root beer from Titletown, which is a recipe from the owner's grandmother. Very tasty. I've had it myself. Enjoy the games responsibly. In Green Bay, I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC Action News.